Welcome to this lesson on the cell membrane. Today, we're going to explore one of the most fundamental structures in all living organisms, the phospholipid bilayer. This remarkable barrier surrounds every single cell in your body and plays a crucial role in keeping cells alive and functioning properly. Let's dive in and discover how this amazing structure works. The cell membrane is a selective barrier that surrounds all living cells. Think of it as a gatekeeper that controls what enters and exits the cell. Without this barrier, cells wouldn't be able to maintain the specific internal environment they need to survive. The membrane allows beneficial substances like nutrients and oxygen to enter, while keeping harmful substances out and preventing important materials from escaping. To understand how the cell membrane works, we need to look at its building blocks, phospholipids. Each phospholipid molecule has two distinct parts with opposite properties. The head is hydrophilic, which means water-loving. It contains a phosphate group and is attracted to water. The tails are hydrophobic, meaning water-fearing. These are fatty acid chains that repel water. This unique structure is the key to how the membrane forms and functions. When phospholipids are placed in water, they automatically arrange themselves into a double layer called a bilayer. The hydrophilic heads face outward on both sides, interacting with the watery environment inside and outside the cell. The hydrophobic tails cluster together in the interior, avoiding water completely. This arrangement creates two layers: the outer layer with heads facing the external environment and tails pointing inward, and the inner layer with tails also pointing inward and heads facing the cell's interior. This spontaneous organization creates a stable barrier. The cell membrane performs several critical functions. First, it provides protection by separating the cell's contents from the external environment. Second, it exhibits selective permeability, carefully controlling which substances can enter or exit the cell. Third, it enables cell communication by receiving signals from the surrounding environment through specialized proteins. Finally, it maintains homeostasis, keeping the internal conditions of the cell stable despite changes outside. Together, these functions keep cells healthy and responsive to their environment. Not all substances can freely cross the phospholipid bilayer. Small nonpolar molecules like oxygen and carbon dioxide can pass through easily because they don't interact with water. Small uncharged polar molecules like water and ethanol can also cross, though more slowly. However, large polar molecules like glucose cannot pass through on their own because they're too big and too attracted to water. Similarly, ions like sodium, potassium, and chloride cannot cross because they carry electrical charges. These substances need special help to get through the membrane. This is where membrane proteins come in. These specialized proteins are embedded within the phospholipid bilayer and perform crucial functions. Channel proteins act like doorways, allowing specific molecules to pass through. Carrier proteins actively transport substances across the membrane, often using energy to move materials against their concentration gradient. Receptor proteins bind to signal molecules from outside the cell, triggering responses inside. These proteins work together with the phospholipid bilayer to create a sophisticated system for controlling what enters and exits the cell. Let's review the most important concepts. The phospholipid bilayer forms the basic structure of all cell membranes, with its unique arrangement of hydrophilic heads facing water and hydrophobic tails avoiding it. This structure acts as a selective barrier, controlling the movement of substances in and out of cells. Finally, membrane proteins embedded in the bilayer enable specialized transport and communication functions that are essential for cell survival. Understanding the cell membrane is fundamental to understanding how all cells function and maintain life.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.